So, what's the connection between that big, beautiful promise of equality in our Constitution and the raw power of the state to put someone in handcuffs? Well, that connection, it literally defines your rights. Today, we're going to break down the shield every single citizen has against arbitrary power. Let's get into it. You've seen it, right? We've all felt it. That sinking feeling of unfairness, where it just seems like there are two different sets of rules, one for the rich and powerful and a totally different one for the rest of us. It feels random and it feels deeply wrong. But what if I told you the very foundation of Indian law was built to fight that exact feeling? You see, the ultimate guardrail against that kind of arbitrary power isn't some newfangled idea. Nope. It's written right into the heart of the Constitution, and we find it in one single, incredibly powerful place. Article 14. Just look at how precise this is. It says any person. It doesn't say citizen, it says any person. And it holds the state, we're talking the government, the police, every single agency, completely accountable. This isn't a friendly suggestion, folks. It is a direct command. Now, Article 14 actually has two parts that are like two sides of the same coin. Equality before law, that's the classic idea. It means nobody, and I mean nobody, is above the law, no special passes. Then you've got equal protection of the laws, which is a bit more subtle. It means the law has to apply to people in similar situations in the same way. So yeah, you can have different rules for, say, airline pilots and bus drivers, but you can't have different rules for two bus drivers in the exact same spot. Then, in 1974, something huge happened. The Supreme Court made this incredible connection. They said, essentially, that if a state action is arbitrary, meaning it's random or has no good reason behind it, then it is automatically unequal. And just like that, boom, Article 14 wasn't just about fighting unfair laws anymore. It became a powerful weapon against any unreasonable action by the state. Okay, so we have this amazing principle of fairness. But a principle is only as good as its toughest test, right? So where does this idea get pushed to its absolute limit? It happens in those moments when state power gets very, very personal. Think about it. There is no bigger, more immediate display of state power over you as an individual than the act of arrest. This right here is where the abstract promise of fairness smacks right into the cold, hard reality of handcuffs. This is the moment where we find out if the state's commitment to not being arbitrary is for real. So how does the law stop the immense power of arrest from becoming totally arbitrary? It does it with something brilliant, a mandatory checklist. These rules, which you'll find in the Code of Criminal Procedure, or the CRPC, are Article 14's promise of fairness put into action. Now, for any crime where the punishment is 7 years or less, and that covers a huge number of cases, the police can't just arrest you on a whim. First, they have to pass the necessity test. Is this arrest really truly necessary? If the answer is no, they are legally required to just give you a notice to show up for questioning. An arrest can only happen if you ignore that notice or if some new, really good reasons pop up. And, this is the most important part, those reasons have to be written down. It's a total game changer, moving from random decisions to documented reasons. And even if an arrest is necessary, the rules for transparency are incredibly strict. The arrest memo isn't just a piece of paper. It's the official record. It's your accountability. It has to say exactly why, when, and where. It needs a witness, and it guarantees your right to tell someone what's happened. These aren't just good ideas. They are your fundamental rights. And just in case anyone thought this checklist was optional, the Supreme Court, in the landmark Arnish Kumar case, made it crystal clear. Following these steps is mandatory, period. The court basically slammed the brakes on routine, mechanical arrests, emphasizing that taking away someone's freedom has to be a last resort, never the first move. So, after all that, why does this matter to you? Well, it's simple. Knowing these rules changes everything. It turns you from someone things happen to into an active, empowered citizen. This knowledge is your shield. Seriously, think of this as your personal playbook. If you get a 41A notice, just comply. It's your best protection against arrest. If an arrest is actually happening, you have the right to ask why. You have the right to demand to see that arrest memo and have a family member sign it. You have the right to make a phone call. And, this is a big one, you have the right to meet your lawyer. Knowing these things lets you stand your ground calmly and confidently. So, let's bring it all home. From the grand, sweeping promise of Article 14 all the way down to the nitty-gritty details of an arrest checklist, the message is exactly the same. The law is not supposed to be a tool for random power. It's a shield that demands that no matter who you are, the state must act with reason, it must follow the rules, and it must treat you with the exact same respect it owes every single other person. That right there is what equality under the law truly means.